We judge others by their actions, but we judge ourselves by our intentions. When someone else makes a mistake, you see the mistake. When you make a mistake, you see all the reasons that led up to it. This isn't just a clever saying. It's a hardwired mental glitch that operates in your brain every single day. It quietly ruins relationships, it sabotages careers, and it makes you completely misunderstand the world around you. This brain glitch has a name. It's called the fundamental attribution error. And it's one of the most powerful and destructive cognitive biases you have. It works like this. Your brain defaults to blaming a person's character for their actions. It almost completely ignores the power of their situation. You're a movie director in your own mind, and you're casting everyone else as a simple villain or a hero. You almost never consider the complex script they were forced to follow. This glitch costs you. It costs you empathy. It costs you opportunities. And it makes you incredibly easy to manipulate. Today, we're going to expose this glitch. We'll show you how it works, how it's being used against you, and how to finally take back control of your own judgment. Let's get started. So what exactly is this glitch? The fundamental attribution error is your brain's dangerous shortcut. It's the tendency to believe that what people do reflects who they are. We overestimate the impact of personality, and we dramatically underestimate the impact of the situation. Your brain is lazy. It wants the simplest possible answer. And the simplest answer is always, they're just that kind of person. It's much harder to analyze complex external factors you can't even see. You see their what, but you don't see their why. And this happens constantly. Let's look at a classic example. Think about your coworker Dave. Dave misses a huge deadline for his part of a project. The whole team has to scramble to fix it. Your immediate thought is probably, Dave is lazy. Dave is disorganized. He's not a team player. You've just made a judgment about his permanent character. You've become a character assassin. But you didn't see the situation. You didn't see that Dave's workload was doubled last week by your boss. You didn't know he was waiting on critical data from another department that was 3 days late. And you certainly didn't know his kid was sick all night, so he was running on 2 hours of sleep. His situation created the failure, but your brain's glitch blamed his character. You judged the person, not the situation. Here's another one you've definitely felt. You send a long, thoughtful text to someone you're dating. Hours later, you get a one-word reply. Just the letter K. Your stomach drops. You immediately think, she's cold, she's losing interest, she's inconsiderate. You've attributed her brief reply to her personality. You didn't consider the situational possibilities. She could have been in a huge work meeting. She could have been driving through a dead zone. She could have been dealing with a family emergency and had only 1 second to reply. Her action is a data point, not a full biography. This glitch makes you misjudge almost everyone in your life. But here's where it gets much, much worse. This isn't just a mistake you make. There are entire industries built on exploiting this exact glitch in your brain. You think you're making your own judgments, but you're not. You're being played. The fundamental attribution error is a powerful tool for manipulation, and it's being used against you every single day. Let's start with a simple one. You call customer service. The representative is short with you. They seem unhelpful and annoyed. You hang up thinking, that person is terrible at their job. They have a horrible attitude. But you're missing the situation. That person might have been yelled at by the last 10 customers. They are forced to follow a restrictive script they can't deviate from. Their performance is timed down to the second. Their bad service isn't a reflection of their character. It's a reflection of their oppressive work environment. Companies rely on you blaming the low-level employee. So you don't blame the company's bad policies. Now let's scale this up. Look at social media. Influencer marketing is built entirely on this glitch. You see an influencer who is consistently funny, authentic, and seems to have great taste. You start to believe that's their true character. You trust them. So when they promote a new energy drink, you think, wow, they must really believe in this product. You attribute their promotion to their authentic personality. You ignore the most important situational factor, the fact they were paid $50,000 to say that. Your trust in their fake character makes you blind to the real situation, which is a financial transaction. It gets even darker with how algorithms work. Social media platforms know that outrage gets clicks, so the algorithm will find the most controversial 10-second clip from a 2-hour podcast. It will be completely removed from its context. It will be fed directly into your timeline. You see a person saying something that sounds insane or offensive. Your brain's glitch fires instantly. This person is an idiot. This person is evil. You judge their character based on a tiny, weaponized sliver of information. You don't see the situation. You don't know the conversation that came before or after. The algorithm exploited your brain's glitch to make you angry. And it worked perfectly. This isn't an accident. Marketers, media companies, and manipulators know how your brain works. They know you will default to judging the person, not the situation. They create simple characters for you to love or hate. And they hide the messy, complicated reality. They are turning your brain's natural tendency into a tool of control. So how do you fight back? How do you upgrade your mental software to protect yourself from this manipulation? You can't stop this glitch from happening automatically. But you can learn to catch it. You can learn to override it. It starts with recognizing the warning signs. There are 3 signals that your brain is falling into the trap. First is the character accusation. Listen to your own thoughts. Are you using words that describe a permanent personality trait? Words like lazy, stupid, selfish, arrogant, or inconsiderate. The moment you diagnose a personality flaw, that's your red flag. You're attributing to character, not situation. Second is the "I would never" feeling. You see someone do something, and you think to yourself, "I would never do that." This is a massive warning sign. It completely ignores the power of circumstances. The truth is, in a different situation, with different pressures, different information, and a different emotional state, you might behave in the exact same way. That feeling of superiority is the glitch talking. Third is the information gap. You are making a huge judgment with very little information. You saw one rude comment, one missed deadline, one short text message. The less you know about someone's situation, the more likely your brain is to fill in the gaps with assumptions about their character. An information vacuum is where the fundamental attribution error thrives. Okay, so you spotted the warning signs. Now what? You need counter-tactics. Here are 3 practical steps. 1. Assume positive intent. This is a game changer. Force yourself to start with the assumption that the person had a good reason for their actions. This simple shift moves you from a mindset of judgment to a mindset of curiosity. It opens the door to understanding. 2. Ask what situation could cause this. This is the core of the defense. Instead of judging the person, investigate the situation. Actively brainstorm 3 possible situational factors that could have led to the behavior. For the coworker who missed the deadline: 1. A family emergency. 2. A technical failure with his computer. 3. Conflicting instructions from management. Suddenly, lazy seems like the least likely answer. 3. Apply the self-standard. This is brutally effective. Ask yourself, if I had done the exact same thing, what would my reason be? You naturally give yourself the benefit of the doubt. You know all the situational pressures that affect you. Extend that same courtesy to others. Give them the same benefit of the doubt you automatically give yourself. This all boils down to one major mindset reframe. You need to shift from being a judge to being an investigator. Stop seeing people's actions as a final verdict on their character. See their actions as clues about the invisible pressures of their situation. Your goal is not to deliver a sentence. It's to understand the full story. Let's bring it all together. We judge others by their actions. We judge ourselves by our intentions. This is the fundamental attribution error. A cognitive glitch that makes you a worse judge of character. And it makes you an easy target for manipulation. But now you know the code behind the glitch. You know how to spot it. And you have the tools to fight back. By questioning your initial judgments and looking for the situation instead of the flaw, you take back control. You become a clearer thinker and a more empathetic person. If you think it's bad how we misjudge individuals, wait until you see what happens when we get into groups. In the next video, We're tackling the bias that makes good people do terrible things. We're diving deep into the psychology behind peer pressure and groupthink. You don't want to miss it. If you want to keep upgrading your mental software, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching.